Hey everyone, I know it's Father's Day, but I'm busy in the kitchen. I just got back from church and I've got baked beans to get going and Rob's favorite fruit salad. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. If you join, you join. If you don't, you don't. We'll get going. Okay, so his mom loved to make fruit salad for her boys, and this is one of the recipes. Well, she didn't have a recipe that she gave me personally, so I decided to go ahead and create my own rendition of this recipe. So this is as close as I know and I remember her making. Unfortunately, she's no longer with us, so I can't ask her. But I start out with a big bowl because the fruit ends up piling up on here, and then it just becomes this, I end up needing a bigger bowl. So what I'm gonna do is first I put an 8-ounce container of sour cream, which is 1 cup roughly, and then I do about a half a teaspoon of vanilla. All right, mix all that together, the vanilla and the sour cream. This is just a really great salad for barbecues, outside picnics, all things. Okay. Then we're going to add a 10-ounce bag of marshmallows. Okay. And just mix that sour cream into the marshmallows, because the marshmallows are going to give this fruit salad a sweet, yummy texture. Okay. It's where the sweetness really comes from besides the fruit. Okay. Okay. It's telling me to hang on, but that's okay. We're just going to keep going. All right. Then the next, before we start adding fruit, is we're going to add sweetened coconut. 1.5 cups of sweetened. I use Baker's Angel Flake coconut. Really good. And this is a 1.5 cup measuring cup there, and I'm just tossing the sour cream, the marshmallows, the vanilla, and the coconut together. And that is your base for your fruit salad. Can you see that? Okay. And then the fun part starts. Now I've already pre-washed my fruit. I use fresh strawberries and fresh grapes. Now this is where you can get creative, because you can do anything. Once you have your base of your marshmallows, your sour cream, vanilla, and coconut, all you need is fruit. And you just mix whatever kind you want. Now some recipes for Ambrosia call for Cool Whip mixed into that. I don't like it. So, and I've tried it that way with my family and they don't like it because it airs it out too much. It doesn't give that same sweetness. So this is just the way we like it. So I'm going to start draining a 20-ounce, I think it's 20 ounce, yeah, 20-ounce can of pineapple chunks. Yes, you can use fresh. If you've got a really good sweet fresh pineapple, do that. I'm just going to drain. It seems a shame to waste that juice because it's so good, but that's okay. We're going to drain the pineapples and then just toss it in there. And then I'm going to do the same thing with mandarin orange can. Okay, all that water out of there. Because you don't want this to be super juicy. It's gonna get juicy on its own from the sweetness of the fresh fruit. Okay, so then, let's see if you can see. There we go. Maybe that's better. Then I want to tell you real quick about this fruit wash. This vegetable and fruit wash is so good, and it takes all the waxy stuff off of your, and pesticides and chemicals off of your fruit or vegetables. I just use a tablespoon of this. I put water. I fill my water up, and then I'll use a colander to throw my fruit in and just rinse it really good. Let it sit there for about a minute, and then I rinse it off. But this stuff is from Trader Joe's, and it's fantastic. I keep this on hand because it really does the trick. Okay, so we've got our oranges and pineapples, and now I've already got my strawberries. I'm just gonna slice those into chunks. You don't need to be super specific about how big or how little they are. I just like chunky strawberry. Here, let me move that so you can see. In a fruit salad. I typically like to do this fresh the day of because, well, it tastes best the day of or the second day. So you can keep it in a refrigerator. My husband will eat it all week if there's any left because he loves it so much. And it is kind of like a dessert. If you're not really a dessert person, this can really be like a dessert. It's sweet enough to be a dessert, but it's also it's just really good. So like I say, I'm just chunking up my strawberries here to make this Father's Day Ambrosia salad. And then I'm gonna get into my baked beans. And I just got a container of, and you can add any fruit. Some people like to just drain fruit cocktail can. That sounds disgusting to me. I like fresh fruit in my fruit salad, but they use fruit salad. I think that's a Utah thing. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm just taking the green off the top of the strawberries, and I'm putting them into like this size chunks. So it's kind of a chunky fruit salad. It's not like super little tiny. Because some people don't prefer certain fruits and they're like, oh, it's too chunky. I don't want it. Hello. I am just here after church making some stuff for our barbecue that we're having for Father's Day. And I'm making an Ambrosia fruit salad real quick. You can rewind and watch this later, I guess. Well, not rewind, but you can watch this later to get the ingredients, but I'll just kind of tell you. I mix an 8-ounce container of sour cream, and then I do a teaspoon of, or a half a teaspoon of vanilla. Mix those together, and then I add a 10-ounce bag of marshmallows, and then a 1.5 cups of sweetened coconut, not unsweetened. You want the sweetened in there. Mix all that together, that's your base, and then you just add fruit, fresh fruit. You can do bananas if you like. My family does not like bananas. My grandsons like them, but I like them. But I don't really love them in a fruit salad. I like them in banana pudding. That's the best way to have bananas. Okay. Right, literally just chonking up these strawberries. I've already washed them, and they're so yummy. Strawberries are in season right now. You can do cherries. I wouldn't do like a watermelon because it has too much water in it. Okay, let's see. And yeah, and my husband hates watermelon, so that will not be on the menu for him today. All right. Okay, now I've got some grapes, and I've already washed them. If they're small, you really don't need to slice them, but I like to slice them just long ways and just throw them in. So they're not like choke hazard for kids. That's why I do it. And I like a really firm grape. You got to be careful nowadays. I go to Smith's or even Walmart, and oh man, those grapes look so good, and I will touch them and they are not hard as a rock, and I'm like, no thank you. They got to be hard to be fresh. These grapes are the best. I also sometimes do a combination of green and purple, but the purple ones were limp noodles. So I was like, nope, no grape ones today. But you can find really, if you get really good fresh grapes, do a combo of the two. And I'm just throwing in eyeballing, but I would say you want to add about an cup and a half of grapes because they're small. And then you want to put all of this, once you've mixed it up, you want to put it in the fridge at least 2 hours before you eat. Let's see, what time is it? Yeah, we're not eating until later this afternoon. So the longer the better, because it'll just meld into that sugary marshmallow. You would think sour cream would be the wrong thing to add in these, but it's not. It gives that acidity and the sour cream, that a little bit of a soury, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Acidity. What is acidity? It's not sour cream. Yeah. It kind of helps connect everything together because the marshmallows need something to stick to, and that sour cream, the marshmallows make the sour cream sweet. I don't know how it's done. It's so awesome. Okay. I don't know how many grapes I got here. I may put some more in later, but that's all you have to do. See? And then you just toss the pineapple, the mandarin orange, strawberries, and the grapes. That's the only fruit I usually use every single time. I don't vary very often off the path of those fruits because those are the fruits that my husband likes the best. And if I add bananas, no one will touch this. Is your family like that too? Do they hate bananas? I guess bananas are an acquired taste. I hear so many people say, well, bananas made me sick when I was pregnant, so now I won't ever eat them. They're gross to me now. Or I used to hate bananas and now I love them after I was pregnant. I'm like, what the? I liked bananas before and during and after I was pregnant, so it didn't bother me. I especially love banana bread. Okay, you can see how it's just kind of sticking all together. That sour cream is kind of the glue. That's how I'll say it. Sour cream is the glue, the marshmallows and the coconut. You don't want to add too much coconut because it'll overpower. That's why I just add the amounts that I did. So 1 8-ounce can or container of sour cream, a teaspoon of vanilla, and Adam's extract is my favorite vanilla. So that's what I use. And let's see. A 10-ounce bag of mini marshmallows. You can also use those colorful marshmallows. That's fun in Easter time. I'll do that with a fruit salad. So it makes it kind of fun looking. Look at that. I want to eat this right now. I'm hungry. And then 1.5 cups of, what am I thinking? Coconut. And I use the sweetened coconut. And this can keep in your freezer for about 6 months or more. Probably should say 3 months to 3 to 6 months, but I use it in pies and I toast it for different things. So I just keep it in a freezer bag in my refrigerator because I don't use it all at once. And then I'll have it ready to go for next time. All right, so all you're gonna do is cover this. And stick it in the fridge. Some plastic wrap. And then that will be a nice cold fruit salad for your barbecue or your picnic or your gathering, whatever you're having. Today, next week, during the summer, whatever. It'll be really, really good. Okay. Now we're gonna shift gears. I'm gonna eat more grapes. And talk about baked beans. I can't tell if anybody's even on, but if you're there, give me a wave. Okay. First thing you want to do is you want to fry up some bacon. Now, I've already fried up my bacon yesterday. I was making a lot of stuff and trying to prep for today. You can get the already prepped bacon bacon topping. Do you know what I'm talking about? You can get it at Costco in a bag. And and it's already cooked bacon for topping baked potatoes or what have you. That's what I normally use, but I just so happen to have the Ballerina Farm bacon, and I wanted to cook it, and it's just pieces of beautiful bacon. Oh, this bacon is delicious. So I knew I wanted to use that. So, get yourself a skillet. Okay, then you're gonna cut up an onion and a bell pepper. After you fry your bacon, I would say a pound of bacon. Let's just say that. I don't know how much I have. I probably have more than a pound of bacon, but I'm not gonna pour it all into this at once. Okay, my knives are not sharp. I need new knives. And this is how I cut a bell pepper. I know it's weird. So I cut off the top and the bottom, cut it in half, and then I will start to shave off this piece inside until it opens up. You see that? And it just takes everything out. Put that to the smell. I love having my trash can right beside where I am. Okay. The end part you can still use if you want. So all I'm gonna do is slice it. This is not a sharp knife. Oy. I almost got my husband a set of knives for, I need Cutco knives. Remember those? They still sell those. I just need to sharpen, I think that's all. Anyway, cut up a bell pepper, medium to large size bell pepper. And we're just gonna fry this until it's sauteed, well, sauteed I should say, not fried. Into my skillet here. If you fry up your bacon the day of, drain off most of the grease, and you can leave about a tablespoon in there, which works. I'm just gonna use the ends of that, because that's good stuff right there. All right. Okay, so I've just thrown it in my skillet. Let's hope this doesn't make me cry. Actually, I should use my chopper. I have a chopper. Peel that onion. Onions have layers. I'm a notorious onion crier. I don't care what kind of glasses, special glasses or tricks, it never works for me. So I absolutely hate cutting onion. Always have. But I cut almost all the way through in half, and then I make little marks all the way down. I don't go all the way through. I can help it. Sometimes it happens. And then it chops really quick. And then you can just chop the end pieces. I'm gonna throw that in the pan, because all we're gonna do is saute the onion and bell pepper, one medium onion, and then so I'm gonna cut not all the way through, but almost halfway. Is that how you learn to, whoop, get back in there. You may not run away. Is that how you learn to cut an onion? That's how I learned. And then depending on how small you make it, or how big those chunks will be of the onion. So now I'm just gonna, this is the piece that I did not go all the way through, so I gotta chop these a little better. All right, ooh, I feel my eyes getting weepy. This is when I should start talking about how much I love my fathers and brothers and all things, right? Okay, so I've got this ready. I'm gonna add a little tablespoon of oil. Oh yeah, woo, here it comes. Wash my hands. gonna throw this in here. Okay, we let that start to saute. And then we're gonna add all this stuff. If I can see through this procedure. Whew. It's like, wow. Okay. Now yesterday, if you saw my stories, I also saved it in a highlight of my barbecue sauce. I just keep it. This is my homemade barbecue sauce. Look how beautiful. Oh yes. Oh, so good. I add this to my baked beans. Now, if you don't have homemade barbecue sauce, don't fret. You can use regular old any kind of barbecue sauce that you like into your beans. I would add like an original type barbecue sauce, that nothing with like tons of spice. That will change the flavor of the baked beans. I've done that before. I'm like, oh, hot and spicy. It ruins it. It just doesn't taste the same. So I would not do that. Okay, so this is the beans that I suggest getting. These are the best. I've used pork and beans. These are the pork and beans. I've used baked beans. I've used different things. Nothing beats Van Camp's. And this is the 53 ounce. This is a big old butt can. But it's the best. It's the best size. So, or you can use like 3 cans of the smaller size. We will eat these baked beans for days, and I am not even kidding. And I hope this container is going to be big enough. I don't know if it will. Oh, I want to use this. I'll try. All right, so we just pour in the beans. My other bowl that I normally, our casserole dish is in the wash, so. But we want to get all of that in there. Yes, I have my white Crocs on. I don't know if that was in the picture. My garden shoes. So I need to go water my garden. Okay, so that's done. We just throw that away. All right, and I just try to get that juice all mixed in to the beans. And then we're gonna add. That's all we're gonna be doing, is adding stuff to this mixture to make it delicious. Okay, first thing you wanna do is add some brown sugar. And if you're new to baked beans, let me tell you, it'll be like you have been making them forever with this recipe because it's so easy. Okay, hold on just a minute. Toss the sauteed there. And you don't want them to be like, you don't have to have them super loose. I've even done them where, aren't these the most beautiful measuring cups? I love them. My friend Clara moved out of state and she was having a sale, and this was one of the things that she sold from Anthropology, and I'm like, I'm obsessed. This is a 1 cup. I love it. Okay, so we're gonna do 1 cup of brown sugar. And I like to kind of pack it best I can. Okay. Do y'all love baked beans? Definitely. I'm barely seeing. Thanks for following and watching. I want to be able to save this to IGTV because I get my own kids asking me how to make this stuff, and I'm like, oh, I should just do it I should film while I'm making it so they don't ask me anymore. So it's really for their benefits. Okay, so 1 cup of brown sugar. That's so yummy. And then we're gonna do 3/4 cup of just regular ketchup. I'm just gonna fill up that cup, but I kind of am just eyeballing about, oh, the lovely sounds of ketchup. Okay, then we're gonna add our ketchup. We had baked beans about a week ago on our barbecue, and they're good. Not gonna say they're not good, but my kids were like, oh, yours are better. And I'm like, you're right, you're right, you're right. Okay. Don't want it to burn. What I was saying is you don't have to saute, if you're out of time and you're like, oh, I just need to throw it together and put it in the oven, I got things to do, then just put your onion, your bell pepper, and your bacon all in as well and stir it in. It's gonna be fine. It's still gonna cook. It'll be a little more crunchy, but it'll still work. I have done that in a pinch. Told you I'm hungry. Okay. Cup of sugar, 3/4 cup of ketchup, and then we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of mustard. Just plain old classic Frenchie's mustard. And I just make 2 eyeballs. Two tablespoon eyeballs. This thing is almost out, so. Okay, and then, oh, my barbecue sauce. I had about 1/4 cup of barbecue sauce. Homemade, this is my homemade rib barbecue sauce. I use it on everything. We use it on hamburgers, hot dogs, sausages. So if you did not watch yesterday, please, I'm not kidding, this is the best barbecue sauce. Just store it in your refrigerator. I have a bigger can that I made. Well, I'll show you. So this is my big old honking can of barbecue sauce that I use nonstop. And it's just how much it made. So I'll keep the small one out all the time I use that, but when we're doing brisket and ribs and stuff, we need all of it. So, and I'll have a little left over, and that's great. Okay, so just so you can see, it's just kind of browning a little bit. The onions are a little bit transparent. They're not all the way transparent like a true saute would be, but it's plenty. I can get the aroma. Oh, it smells so good. Onion and bell pepper or garlic. Oh, give me all of that. Okay, so that's all ready to go. So in the last step, I'm going to add my bacon and just kind of blend all the flavors together. So I'm going to add that Ballerina Farm bacon. I'll show you in a minute once I get this. I'm going to add half of what's in here, and I'll use that for something else later. It's got some of the fat in it, but that's just going to render and be delicious in your beans. So I'm going to put this on back on the stove real quick and just let that all kind of blend together. Start cooking. Okay, brown sugar, ketchup, mustard, barbecue. What am I missing? Oh, one of the most important things. This is how you make your baked beans taste like they've been on the Traeger for all day long. This is the secret right here, okay? It's so good. I like the mesquite flavor the best. They have a hickory, which is, it's okay. It's not great. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is add a teaspoon. I'm just gonna eyeball it, because this is strong. Oh, man, does it smell good. And then if you have Slap Your Mama, these are my own containers, so just add about a teaspoon of Slap Your Mama. That gives it a little bit of a kick. And then once this is cooked, well, once I have this all stirred in, I will taste it. And I will add garlic salt if it needs it. But usually I don't add too much. That's the only other thing I'll add. Okay. Mix all that in. She's gonna be bubbling over, I think, but we're gonna just go with it. Usually a 9x13 pan will work just fine for baked beans. Okay. Stir, stir, stir. Obviously, if I was not on a live right now, I would be over sauteing. I mean, it doesn't take very long. Okay, I actually do not want this humongous piece of fat bacon. I'll throw that out. The rest can stay in the pan. Scoop this in here, and you can see, oh, it smells so good. There we go. Okay, onion, bell pepper, homemade beans or sauce, and all the other ingredients just make this baked beans the best. Have you guys made baked beans before? So good. So we've got our fruit salad done, now the baked beans. So our sides are almost complete. We are having baked potatoes and corn on the cob also, because why not? Corn on the cob is so easy. I'll just tell you really quick if you're listening or watching. If you buy fresh corn on the cob, either you shuck it yourself or you buy it already shucked, ready to go in the ears, you know. Fill a pot with water, like you normally would, to boil corn. Here's what you do. 1 cup of whole milk, trust me, 1 cup of whole milk, 1 stick of butter, 2 tablespoons of sugar. In the water, let that come to a boil. Add your corn, cook it for 12 minutes, drain it, and you don't even need to add butter, salt and pepper, but that just makes it even that much better. It makes the corn sweeter, plumpier, I don't know what it is, but I do that every single time. That is my trick. Okay, so look at that. What do you think? It's looking pretty mighty yummy right here. Okay. Okay, now normally what I'll do is I'll just pull out some of that sauce on the spoon. Oh my gosh, that's good. And I don't need any garlic salt because that sauce, the barbecue sauce, just took it over the edge of wonderfulness. It's perfect. Okay, so now I'm just gonna cover this and I'm going to put it in I'm gonna cook it uncovered at 350 for 1 hour. So yum. Okay, look at that. Baked beans. They're the best, barbecued baked beans. So if you have any other questions about baked beans, what you can add, what you can't add, just personal message me and I'll answer the best I can. And then of course the fruit salad, hold on. Oh, here I am. Ooh. And then this is what we made to start out, was the homemade Ambrosia fruit salad, which is my husband's favorite cold salad because it's what his mom used to make. I kind of just jazzed up a recipe that I found over the years. I've been making this our whole marriage. Went well when I finally learned how to cook, because I didn't know how to cook when I first got married, and now I do. And this is one of the things that I'll bring to picnics or get-togethers outside. It's a cool salad. It's yummy. If you don't like coconut, you can forego the coconut and just add fruit salad or fruit to it, and it's still good. But coconut to me tastes really good, and it's not enough to make a really big difference, but it's really good. You can also add chopped nuts. My kids and family don't like the nuts in it, so this is just the way we make it, so I thought I would share. Happy Father's Day to all of the dads out there, the fathers, the uncles, all the people who make a difference in our lives and try to help us to do all the good things. But we're gonna put this in the fridge, bake the beans, and I'll do some more stuff later, but I'll talk to y'all soon, and thanks for joining, and have a great Father's Day.